For me, personally, I have been talking with my friends all over the world. Nobody's.
Who is your friend? Sorry.
I have
Georgian
one of.
Basketball Federation.
No, not Georgia Basketball Federation. Overall, I have so many good friends all around the world. So the things happen in Georgia. I think it's going to be a huge shame as FIBA and FIBA Europe. The result, the response they gave us back is a really huge shame for Europe, because as ex-players, I always fight for this. We always fight for last second. As you guys know, you follow this sport so many years.
Yes.
And we always fight for last second, and people win games in last second and lose games in last second. And the response FIBA gave us after loss of 22 seconds is not acceptable.
It's lost not only Turkey team, yes.
I'm not
lost
talking about
US.
for Turkey, I'm talking about the basketball.
Yes.
This is for rights for Georgian, Turkish, whoever it is. This is a scandal for European basketball. So
It's
I'm
creating more
I'm
questions
seeing, I'm
about
seeing every day.
FIBA.
I'm seeing every day that FIBA and FIBA Europe collapsing every day. You cannot see just Georgian. If you look at it in Germany, in different places, the officials scandals, the organization scandals. So I'm thinking that FIBA, they're not the right organization to be in this situation, because these scandals is not easy to accept, but we will fight for our rights and we will do whatever it takes, because it's not easy to accept this kind of decisions that it's affecting the culture of the sports, the competition of the sports. So we will fight for our rights, and all we have to do as a Turkish national team, we had a good game today, and we have a big game tomorrow again
I
against
see you
Spain.
have more questions to FIBA, yes? I see you have more questions to FIBA.
The answer, it's not satisfying, not just me, I'm sure everybody. I don't think it satisfies you as well either. You know, we've never seen this kind of scandal before about FIBA, unfortunately. But the responsible is even worse. But as a Turkish federation, we will fight for the right of the basketball, not just for our rights, but the culture we grow up, the competition we had growing up till now. But this will be really, and it will stay for a long time about FIBA's the biggest scandal of the sport and the biggest shame of the
Did FIBA give you a little bit detailed answer to you? Because in that statement they published said that basically your reasoning was not applied in terms of how it should be.
My friends, when that scandal happened, it was last 4.5 minutes of the game. You know, so, and the game went overtime. So how can FIBA make a decision about the game who went overtime about 22 seconds? It will not affect the game results. This is the nonsense we have heard in our life. We've seen, like I said, I personally witnessed for myself as a player, and I witnessed as now the president of this federation. We are talking about not just 1 second, 2 seconds, we're talking about 22 seconds. And this is not great explanation for FIBA, because people dying, losing championships, losing games for less than 1 second. And now FIBA is telling us 22 seconds, it's not going to affect the result of the game. It's a big shame. So I'm sure it will be a good lesson for them going forward. It will not happen, not just us, but rest of the other organizations that fight for good results for their countries.
Talking about that incident in the tunnel between Ottomans and Georgian players.
This is also a shame for FIBA and also Georgian Federation. But we also blame because as a federation we are responsible for our players and coaching and our staff safety, number one priority. And we come with that confidence over here. But we see by Georgian Organization Committee and FIBA Bureau about this nonsense, they still haven't reported us the cameras what happened in front of the locker rooms. How come two of them players can leave the bench and come attack our player and our staff, and they haven't made any decision on that? So it's not just 22 seconds, it's also another shame for FIBA and also the Georgian organization. So it's not easy for us to accept this kind of behavior, and we will do whatever it takes to also fight for our rights and for what's right for the sports.
Did you have some contacts with Georgian Federation after that incident? Because
No.
they called it, all your comments, they basically called it as provocation.
If they are thinking it's provocation, why don't they show the cameras to the public? I'm offering you right now. If they think we are provocating, if we have the guts, why don't they show the cameras what happened in front of the locker room? Then we will see who's lying, who's not, who's provocating or not. So next time you see them, ask this question as well too. If you believe yourself that much, why don't you show the cameras to the whole world what happened? Then we can say, okay, we provocate or we did not. So if you believe yourself that much, if you have guts, if you have balls to show those, why don't you show it to everybody? But if you don't have, you shouldn't be talking about this situation.
Just one question as well. There was some talks that one of your conditioning staff member was physically hurt. Is it correct?
It wasn't physically hurt, but they got physical attack.
And just one
Thank you.
question.
Thank you very much.
Lithuania was